the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 8th of October, 2014, and this is episode 109. 109. That's all. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. We have one new member in the group this week that introduced themselves. Would you like to give them a shout out?
Yep. Witty Knitting Yarn, who is Jamie from Indiana.
Yep, so welcome. So what should they do if they're not a member of our group?
Join it.
Yeah, and then what should they do?
Introduce yourself in our introduction thread, and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
That's right. Well, we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We have a review. We have some giveaways ongoing. We have some big announcements. Yeah, there's a lot. So you should definitely stay tuned for the entire episode so you don't miss anything. Right?
Right.
All right, well, with that, we probably should get started. So here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Mare?
My Black Widow fingerless glove still. I've completed one finger,
Okay.
and that's it.
Yeah. Well, was it this week that you had to rip back, or was that last week?
I don't remember.
I don't either, because they had you start the thumb gusset in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
So they were way, way, way too long. So you ripped back, and now you're making good progress.
Yep.
So I'll help you with picking up the stitches after we record. And then you can continue.
Yep. You'll
be probably done with that one next week, and hopefully started on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, anything else on your needles?
Nope.
You haven't worked on your hexa puffs recently?
No.
Okay, but you'll get there. You're trying to get those done because you need them for your show.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. So, what's on my needles? Still a super secret project, the Doctor Who Companions Sock Club 2nd edition, which there will be an announcement about at the end of the podcast. This is the 3rd pattern. I had a little bit of trouble with it this week. It just was not cooperating the way I wanted it to cooperate. So I ripped back a few times, but I think I've got it now, and it's moving forward. So hopefully I'll have it ready for test knitters in the next week or so. I hope. And then the other thing that's currently on my needles is socks for the hubs. Had I finished the first one last week?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm dropping things out of my project bag. So here, in case I hadn't, here's the first one with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and it's just a plain vanilla sock pattern recipe that I use. I'm doing this in West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in the owl colorway, and we had no clue it was striping, so that was just a happy surprise. So then on the second one, I finished the foot, I've done the heel, and I've done about 20% of the leg. So that should be completed by next week, because needle adjacent project, I wound yarn last night. I'm not going to show you both things I wound, but I wound this gorgeousness. Can you see all the sparkle? It is from Sparkle Duck, and it is in the Galaxy base, which is 75% superwash merino wool, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina in the Out of Darkness colorway. And this is for birthday socks for Damaris, which will not be done on Monday for your birthday, but you know they're coming. Yeah. So do you want me to use all the yarn possible and make them as tall as possible,
No.
or just do your normal length?
I don't know.
You'll have to think about it. But I was just planning to do plain vanilla with a Fish Lips Kiss. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So hopefully this will be cast on in the next few days. I wound it so I can motivate myself. And I wound something else too, but it's across the room, so I won't show you that. Alright, that's everything that's currently on my needles. We are still failed at spinning. We'll get back to it eventually one day. I promise. Alright, well, let's move on to our next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
And I have 2 this week. So first up is my weekly preemie hat. This is from my pattern, the top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. on US 6s, 4mm needles. And the colors are King Cole Merino Blend Aran in the purple colorway and Robin Chunky in the claret colorway. And it's actually still damp because I blocked it last night. And then the other thing off my needles, I can't put them on for you because they're still wet from blocking. But these are the Adina mitts by Claire Devine from her Head to Toe collection. And the yarn is Eden Cottage Yarns Whitfield DK in the fuchsia colorway. And I did these on US 4 3.5mm needles. And they have a fabulous cable and lace pattern that comes up the inside of the arm. And then it's purled on the back. So I just finished these last night. And when I tried them on last night before blocking, loved them. They're beautiful. They come up on the arm. And they're so squishy soft. The yarn is fabulous. Highly, highly recommend it. And I still have about like 30 grams left of it. I bought 100 grams. And I think I used right around 70. So I still have quite a bit left to do something small with. But I'm so excited for them to dry so that I can wear them because they're so awesome. Which means I get to start a new project, which I hopefully will have on the needles next week to show you. So that's everything I finished this week. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for my favorite part of our show, Yummies. What are yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. And this week's Yummies is brought to you by my birthday, which was on Saturday, the 4th of October. So, the bad part of the weekend was that the hub's computer crashed Friday night. So I spent a good part of my birthday weekend reformatting and resetting up his computer. But there were good parts to the weekend. So on Saturday for lunch, we met our friends Katie and Noah and Jeremy at a new to us restaurant called Pinto. And it's just opened up here in Edinburgh in the last few weeks. Apparently there's like 3 of them in Glasgow. And then they've just opened one here, so they have 4 restaurants now. And it kind of is like Chipotle, if you've ever had that. We ate it in London, but it's very common in the U.S. It's like a burrito restaurant type thing. So we went and had that, and it was so yummy. Did you enjoy yours? What did you have?
A burrito?
But which kind?
I don't know.
Was it chicken?
I guess.
I can't remember. And I had the steak nachos. It was yummy. So that's definitely a place we will be returning to visit because they do have gluten-free options. So that was very, very positive. And then Katie and Jeremy and Noah gave me some gifts. So, trying to get the stuff here out. How sweet is this? Noah colored me a card. I don't know which way is up. Maybe it's a sky. I don't know. I thought it was really sweet. And they gave me, oh my gosh, these are amazing, Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter salted caramel truffles. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. I'm like rationing myself. I'm allowed 1 a day. And they're so good. So good. And Katie gave me a gift certificate. See, it says Stash Crash. For an afternoon tea party. And she's going to sew me a holder for my fixed circular needles. I have one that I'm using for my interchangeable set, my Haya set, but I'm not pleased with my current storage solution for my fixed circulars. And Katie and I have chatted about it numerous times, so she's going to do it however I want it done, and my pick of fabric from her hugely adequate stash of fabric. And then the last thing, Jeremy found this book and knew I would love it. Chicks Dig Time Lords, a celebration of Doctor Who by the women who love it. And it's a series of essays I've read just the first 2 essays. One of those being one done by Carol Barrowman, who is John Barrowman's sister. And John, you know, played Captain Jack. So I am really, really enjoying this book. It's not available on the Kindle. So if you want to get it on the Kindle, go on Amazon, and there's a link on there to say, I would like to read this on the Kindle. There's a follow-up one to this called, oh dear, I can't think what it is, but it is available on Kindle. And then there's a Whedon, Joss Whedon one as well. So I'm hoping to read all of those. So that was a wonderful day with them, and we had cake here on Saturday night with just the 3 of us. It was a white chocolate raspberry cake, and it was so yummy, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. It was really good. You probably saw that picture on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I had phone calls from family, so that was really nice. I had zillions of messages on Ravelry and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, so thank you everyone for your sweet, sweet birthday wishes. I got gifted a couple of patterns for my birthday. I'm going to put a picture of each of them on the screen. So the first one is the Pumpkin Ale by Isolde Teague, and that was a gift from Eileen, who is leaner on Ravelry, and I really want to knit this because you know how much I love pumpkin. So that just draws me in even more. So I need to find the perfect pumpkin colored yarn to knit this. I think it's going to be one of my knits next year, because I'm going to try to do 2 sweaters again next year. So we'll see. And then, so thank you so much, Eileen. And then I also got the Color Affection by Vera Valimaki pattern. It's been in my queue for a while, so I'm hoping to figure out some yarn options for that and maybe knit that later this autumn. That would be fun. And that was a gift from Angie, who is Angie Ann on Ravelry, so thank you so much, Angie. And then I also got a non-birthday gift in the mail. Isn't that a sweet card with a little butterfly cut out? And I have to apologize because I don't remember your name on Ravelry. So this came from Kathy W. from Texas. Kathy, please send me a PM on Ravelry. I know you PM'd me previously, and I cannot find the message anywhere. So please, please, please PM me so that I can tell you how much I'm grateful for these. She knitted me some house slippers, and she put this paint on the bottom to make them non-slip. I was like, I can't remember what it's called. Aren't they wonderful? They're just really cushy, squishy, which is very good for autumn and winter here in Scotland. So thank you so much, Kathy, for your kind card and slippers. And please, please, please PM me and forgive me for not being able to remember your Ravelry name. Do you want to talk about the next thing, or you want me to?
You.
Okay. This is like all Cece's yummies today. So, you know how much I love pumpkin, you know? Oh, I forgot to say that. When we went to lunch on Saturday, there just happened to be a Starbucks next door. You're not going to make your snide comment?
No.
I really did not know there was a Starbucks next door. I had been thinking, you know, it would be really fun to find a Starbucks after we eat lunch and get pumpkin spice frappuccino. And then we walked up to the restaurant, and literally right next door was a Starbucks. It was wonderful. We went, we got pumpkin spice. I was happy. But I love pumpkin stuff, and my mama knows how much I love pumpkin stuff, and she found this at the store, and so she sent us some. It's pumpkin spiced cider. And she drank some of it, and she said it's really good. I have not tried it yet because I wanted to be able to show y'all. So I am excited to try that. Maybe we'll have this afternoon with our snack. That could be good. So I'm so excited to try that. So thank you, Mama. Do you have any yummies you want to talk about this week?
No.
You'll probably have lots of yummies next week for your birthday, because your birthday is next Monday, the 13th. So probably next week's yummies will be primarily Damaris. So, thank you again to everybody who helped me celebrate my birthday. I love y'all lots. Okay, next up, we have a fun little couple of videos to stick in here. On Monday, we met Melanie of the Savvy Girls podcast, who was here in the UK doing a tour of her knitting-related war songs. So if you don't know about Melanie, she has been, over the last 5 years, cultivating and searching for songs about knitting that were popular during several of the wars. And she's put out 2 CDs, one from songs from World War I and one from songs from World War II. And she also performs and talks about this as she travels around. So she was here in Edinburgh on Monday, so we met up with her at our local yarn shop, Ginger Twist Studio, and I had a little interview with her. Damaris filmed the interview, that's why she's not in the camera, because we didn't take our tripod. And you'll also see Jess a little bit in the interview. And I was totally going to cut out the first portion of this because I didn't want to embarrass Melanie. But she was like, oh no, please leave it in, please leave it in. So you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to put in an interview with Melanie. It's short, it's probably, about like 5 minutes or so. And then we're also going to put in a clip of her singing, because after we met up with her at the yarn shop, she came with us to our Monday night knitting group, Town Mouse Knitters, at the Safari Lounge. And she performed a shortened portion of her program. So Damaris recorded just a little bit of it, so we'll put that in after the interview. So here comes the interview with Melanie, and Jess is also in. Jess from Ginger Twist Studio is in parts of it as well. And then there'll be a clip of her singing, and we'll be back right after that. Well, today we are back in Ginger Twist Studio again, because we recorded here last week.
Ooh.
With Jess and Claire with their new book that came out.
That's exciting. I don't know who they are.
Jess.
Oh, shoot.
Melanie. Jess.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations on your book.
So, Melanie is here with us. So, Melanie, what has brought you to Edinburgh?
Clearly haggis.
Oh, dear.
Not haggis.
We're in this haggis discussion again.
I think we're in Scotland. This is what we do.
Yes.
I am here to promote my CDs. I have 2 CDs of music about knitting.
Do we have CDs that we can hold up?
I would have to put down my knitting.
Well, here, let me hold your knitting.
You can do it if you want.
No, I will keep going on my Zoom needles.
Oh, well,
Yeah, they're fabulous.
Here,
Yeah,
maybe
sit
we'll
there.
knit itself.
So,
Woohoo! So these are knitting songs from the First World War and the Second World War, and they're actual real songs that people wrote, the real melodies. Someone asked me that the other day. So they are the real melodies, the real words of songs written by knitters, for knitters, about knitters. Each song has its own story. So
brilliant. I'm so excited to hear later tonight.
I'm excited to sing them.
Yes. So, what developed your interest in finding these songs?
Well, my sister's a knitter.
Okay.
One of you.
Yes.
Crazy knitters. One of you, and she asked 5 years ago if we could start a podcast, and I thought, sure, in the singular, yes, let's do a podcast.
Like an
Sounds good.
episode?
Yeah, we'll
That's
do
what
it.
you
No,
wanna-
I didn't know how it works, so I figured we'll make a podcast, and it'll be over, and I can get on with my life. Yeah, so anyway, we started this podcast, and we do it a lot. It feels like constantly. So
what is like, that's how our calendar runs, is like Wednesday is recording, Thursday is this, Friday, it's totally about the podcast.
Yeah, no, life is about the podcast.
Yes.
So, since it is officially technically a knitting podcast, aside from shaking yarn on sticks about, I figured I should do something about knitting, because I figured if I was doing something about knitting, I didn't have to do as much knitting, because knitting's really boring, in case you don't know.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, dear.
Whoa.
She's spoken these words in a knitting shop?
She's just cursed.
Oh.
You're banned.
Yeah. Oh. You might be in trouble here.
So thanks for inviting me to your show. So the point is, I discovered a couple songs about knitting, and I thought, I'm a singer, I'm a classical singer, and I've been singing mostly opera and French cabaret and songs from the 1920s and earlier, actually, a lot of Tin Pan Alley songs that weren't done very much anymore. And I discovered these knitting songs from that time, and I thought, hey, there are 3. There may be more.
There must be. There's always more, just like yarn.
There's always just like yarn. Yes, so I found I'm up to almost 100 of these songs at this point.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Wow.
So I record them and I speak about them at colleges, and I'm applying to a conference in Manchester this summer to present a paper on them. So this is what I'm doing instead of a doctorate. Honestly, this would have been my doctorate thesis. So this is my doctorate of life.
There you go.
Yeah, and I do this all over, and it's real. The music itself is delightful. That's the thing. It started as I might as well do it, and it turned into it's a historical record of how people were seen and how people saw themselves during the war.
Brilliant.
And it's one of the only first-person records of women on the home front. Not only how they saw themselves,
true.
but like I said, how other people commodified what they were doing and also how they reveled in what they were doing and celebrated it.
So I am interested to hear, what is your favorite knitting song?
My favorite knitting song...
You act like you're driving a car with your knitting.
Well, I'm knitting enthusiastically.
There you go. Sorry. It just cracked me up.
You're
It's like
driving a tiny car.
a tiny little car.
car.
You should do it on the Zoom
A
needles.
wee
A
car.
wee little
wee
car.
car.
I'm just knitting a wee little sterile hat that I'm making up as I go.
Brilliant. That works. That works.
Yes, it'll work doing it and not looking at my chart.
Sure.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So my favorite knitting song, I'd say it's between two songs.
Okay.
One of them is probably the worst song
Oh,
on the
dear.
CD. I know. It's a little woman in a little church somewhere in the middle of America wrote this song, and it's called The Knitting Itch. So it sounds I don't know how family friendly your podcast is.
It is pretty family friendly.
It sounds like someone has a mysterious itch. And that was caused by knitting. Scratchy wool, scratchy wool.
Scratchy wool.
Scratchy wool.
Oh.
And second, the woman, it's charming, but she took bits from Pachelbel's canon, she took bits from a Bach piece.
Funny.
So I think she was clearly a church organist or something
Must
who
be.
played for her church in the middle of somewhere. And she just thought, I'll just take them all and no one will recognize it, clearly.
No,
And
not
put it
at
together. So I love that just because and plus, often people will recommend the same song because I get these from private collections.
Right.
This only one. I've only ever found one version of it, which I actually own the original music now.
Oh,
Which
wow.
is lovely. People send me they
Yeah.
send it to me, which is great.
That's brilliant.
But the knitting itch, and also the picture on the front's kind of nice. It's not unfamily friendly.
Okay.
It's just
Good.
woman knitting. The second is called More Power to Your Knitting Now. Because
Okay.
it sounds so...
It
you know,
does. It's like
votes for women,
Yes.
but more power to your knitting.
knit
Now.
on.
And,
Huzzah.
and the beginning, musically the beginning is the beginning to the Muppet Show. And,
Oh.
and
I love Muppet
again, as soon as someone realizes that, the song's kind of ruined. But the words are adorable. These are not the more poignant songs,
Okay.
and they're not necessarily the most musically sophisticated of the songs. But those are my two favorites.
Brilliant.
They make me happy.
Brilliant.
I love your city.
Oh, brilliant. Good. It's
And
good.
it is.
We claim it as our own. We've only been here a year, but we claim it.
Oh no, take it. Take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I'm claiming this as my own, and I'll take it. Fine. We could just play in the shop.
Yeah. Well, I told Jess last week, I was like, I think I need one of everything. Can I work out a work plan? I could knit in exchange for it.
Yes.
And I think it would be fabulous.
Yeah, but then you'd have to knit it. That's a lot of knitting. You could
But-
just not. You could go take a walk.
No.
Maybe, or-
I'll just knit it all. Yeah.
Okay, that's
While
also
we're
good.
at the pub, I'll drink the alcohol while we're knitting. It happens. It works.
That sounds like a plan.
It does work. That's what we do every week.
Absolutely.
Every week.
I guess my thing is, if you know of any knitting songs, please contact me
There you
because there are always more. I'm putting together knitting songs of the world, and I
Ooh,
don't
brilliant.
have any from Scotland. I know there are spinning songs. I know there's a lot of folk music. There must be some knitting songs.
There must be. So how can they contact you if they have a brilliant knitting song for
Well, I
you?
clearly live here now at Ginger.
Yes,
Studios.
exactly.
I have a basement. You can stay down there.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, got it.
It's where you put the people who, I don't know.
Who can't
Steal from me or can't
Right.
pay their debt.
can't
I was
pay their
gonna-
debts? Man, I might get sent to the
I
basement
was gonna say
soon.
crocheters, but I figured someone would be angry.
No. Crocheters are allowed to.
Yeah, they're allowed. We love. My mom's a crocheter, so
Okay,
it's
good,
okay.
good,
I'm
good,
allowed
good.
to say that
Yes,
because
yeah.
it's with love.
Yes, definitely.
So I guess you can contact me at Melanie at how can you? Oh, Savvy Girl Melanie Ravelry. That's easy.
There you go.
'cause we're all
Brilliant.
on Ravelry.
That's perfect. I'll put it in the show notes too, so they can find you.
Thank you
Alrighty,
so much.
and we'll be back after a while because we're going to record a little bit of Melanie doing her show later
Yay!
and put it in the podcast.
Fantastic.
So we'll be back.
It's a video cast.
Damaris is here. She's just behind the camera today. Turn it around and say hi, Damaris.
Hi.
All right, that's it.
I'd knit and knit till it seemed my kingdom come. Just do my bit till my fingers all were numb. How I used to wish that I could run away and play, but mother used to smile and say, just you stick to your knitting
So we hope you really enjoyed that interview with Melanie and getting to hear her sing. It was wonderful to meet her, and we had a lot of fun visiting with her. She also interviewed me and just a tiny bit Damaris for their podcast, the Savvy Girls podcast. So be listening for that upcoming. That was a lot of fun. All right, so next up we have hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is that, Damaris? Do you want to tell them?
You take a look at our prompt list for the month, and you take a picture for that prompt, and you post it anywhere you like.
But
we pick our favorites from Instagram.
Right. And what is this month's theme for GGK Crafty Pad? Do you remember?
No.
Autumn and birthdays. So, so we have picked our favorites this week, and we're about to show them to you. What are we going to show?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos this week. There were so many good ones. It's getting so hard to pick photos. Maybe we need to expand to like our 7 favorite or something. We'll think about it. Because there are so many lovely ones and we can't pick them all. I think there's somewhere close to like 6,000 photos tagged with GGK Crafty Pad on Instagram. It's crazy. We love it. Keep it coming. Okay, so let's talk about upcoming events we'll be attending. You want to start?
Every Monday we go to one of our local knitting clubs, the Town Mouse Knitting Club.
Yep. So if you're ever in Edinburgh or you're from Edinburgh, you should totally come meet up with us. And I didn't mention this when we were talking about Melanie, but we met up with, we met several viewers on Monday who had come in for Melanie's show. And I'm not going to name names because I'll forget people. But you know who you are. And thanks for coming in. It was lovely, lovely, lovely to meet with you. The other upcoming event is not until March, but you should plan now. This is the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, which is March 14th and 15th, 2015, here in Edinburgh. And as we announced last week, I'll be sharing a booth with Sam of Knit Run Dig. It'll be Sam's project bags and my patterns. So we'll have a booth together at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and we're super excited for it. So, yeah. So, and we might have a pretty big announcement on next week's podcast. Sam is coming to visit us next week. We're working on a secret project, and hopefully we'll have enough details that we can mention it, and then we'll get you the rest of the details later. But that's coming, so be listening. We'll try to also record at least a little bit segment while Sam's here, because that would be fun. We probably won't do a whole podcast, but we'll try to do. I'm not promising, but we'll try to do at least a little segment with Sam with us. All right, I think that's everything for Yummies. That was a lot. So let's move on to the next segment.
To talk about what we are reading and watching.
So, Damaris, what are you reading?
The Crucible by Arthur Miller.
This is an ongoing adventure for you.
Yes.
But you're getting close to being done.
Yeah.
How do you know what percentage you're at?
No. Don't remember.
The other day when you were reading, you were at like 69, so maybe you're up into the 70 percentages now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're getting close. You'll get there. And then you'll be ready to start the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it is?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either. Coming soon. I finished reading my nonfiction book number 16 for the year. I know, it's a lot, huh? This one is called, I can't remember how to say the word. Bourgeois Babes, Bossy Wives, and Bobby Haircuts. A Case for Gender Equality in Ministry by Michael F. Bird. That's an important issue for me. So I read books on both sides of the issue. So I read that, and I'm done with that one. So I guess next up will be my Doctor Who book, Chicks Dig Time Lords, that I got for my birthday. That'll be my next nonfiction. And then I'm also rereading the Outlander series, but this time I am adding in all the novellas and associated books. So, which I had read a couple of them, but not all of them. So I am still in the first book in Outlander, but I think I'm getting close to the end. It's kind of hard to tell because 7 of the big books are all in one collection. So it's hard to say, oh, it looks like I've only read, just a few percent, but it's actually quite a lot of the first book because it's 7 books all in one collection. And it's not safe for children. Just a reminder, this is not a series that's safe for children. But I thought it would be nice to read these as we wait the 6-7 months for the TV show to come back. So that's what I'm reading. All right, I think we're ready to talk TV.
Yep.
There's a lot of it. You want to start?
We're rewatching season 8 of Stargate SG-1.
Oh, and I didn't add in the other thing.
And season 1 of Stargate Atlantis.
Right, because we are watching them chronologically. So there is a page on the what is the website called? Gate World, I think is what it's called. Website that tells you how to watch them chronologically. So we're watching back and forth season 8 of Stargate and season 1 of Atlantis. So, and enjoying that. Yep. So, we are also rewatching Gilmore Girls. We are almost to the end of season 4. In fact, we just watched an episode while we were eating lunch. And so we have just 1 episode of season 4 left. And I know what's coming, and it makes me so sad. And I know that Rory and Lorelai are about to have their big fight that lasts a lot of season 5. And I'm sad because I don't really like that part of the show very much. But I know it happens, so it's okay. We'll watch it. And I'll be okay. But I might be sad. Anything you want to say about Gilmore Girls?
No.
Lorelai and Luke went on their first date to the wedding. I love Lorelai and Luke. They're amazing. Okay. You want to talk about the next one?
No.
You want me to?
Miss.
Okay, we are watching Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. I'm rewatching it. Damaris is watching it for the first time. And we finished rewatching season 2, and now we're rewatching season 3. And Lois now knows that Clark is Superman. Yay! I love the show. Oh, it's amazing. What now? I am watching Scandal. I finished watching season 1 and I'm watching season 2, and I think I'm almost done with season 2. I've been like marathon watching this. It's a really good show. I'm enjoying it. The Hubs and I finished rewatching Dark Angel. We finished out season 2, which was the end of the series. I see why it wasn't renewed, because it kind of went a little bit downhill in season 2. So, but it was fun to rewatch it and to see Michael Weatherly young and and everything. So the Hubs and I needed a new TV show to watch together, so we started watching Rizzoli and Isles, and we're in season 1. I think we're only maybe like 3 or 4 episodes in. So we're enjoying that one. More me. Apparently I watch a lot of TV. The Hubs and I are watching Big Bang Theory season 8. Trying to think if there's anything I want to say about it this week. Nope, I don't think so.
We watch The Castle, 7.1 Driven, and 7.2 Montreal.
So before we watched the first one, I know why we watched 2, because we recorded a day early last week. That's what happened. Okay. So I'll fix it in the show notes before I publish. So going in, I was like, oh my gosh, Castle better not be dead. And Damaris was like, Castle can't be dead. He is the main character. The show is named after him. He can't die.
He's the eponymous character.
So, but I want to know what the heck happened. And so then we watched Montreal, and apparently he asked for his memories to be wiped. Because something bad. I don't know. I think we'll find out. I think he'll decide that he has to know. What do you think?
I don't know.
You have anything you want to say about Castle? Because you really love Castle. Are you glad it's back?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so episode 3, I don't know the name of, I'll put it in the show notes, is next week. Okay, the Hubs and I are watching season 6 of NCIS LA.
NCIS La.
And Hetty is in trouble. She's in Washington, D.C. being interrogated. Then we are all watching NCIS season 12. 12.2, Kill the Messenger. I love that they have a love interest for Abbey. Oh, that's fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. And I was so upset about Director Vance. I was like crying. I was going, no, they can't do this. When they thought he was really, really sick. I mean, he's sick, but it's treatable. But I was going, they cannot kill him off and leave his 2 kids after their mother just died last season. I was like, no, do not do this. I was crying. I was like, no. Yeah. Anything you want to say about NCIS? No. You'll have something to say about stuff towards the end of TV.
Yeah.
So the next episode actually was on last night. We'll watch it tonight. Episode 12.3, So It Goes. The Hubs and I are also watching season 1 of NCIS. No. New Orleans. No. I showed Damaris what I meant about the weird color thing at the in and out, like at commercial breaks. It's so weird. I don't like it. You know, on NCIS, they do the black and white when they come in and out of commercials.
Should do like sepia or something.
Yeah, because I don't like what they're doing with that. But the show's been pretty good. I'm still dealing with, what's his name, the main guy?
Pickles? You're still dealing with Pickles.
No, I'm
You
not.
sound like you said dilling.
Dealing with, what's his name, the real guy's name?
Scott Bakula.
Yeah, Scott Bakula's accent. So, we'll keep going. All right, you're up, Damaris.
Yes. So watching Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we watched episode 2, season 2, Heavy is the Hand, and Raina is back.
Yes.
She got a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
And she's with Sky's father. Ooh. Yeah. That's who that mysterious guy was, in case you were wondering.
What else you got to say?
And then the episode that aired last night, that we're going to watch today, Hydra Simmons!
I think she's undercover trying to find a cure for fits. That is what I'm telling myself. Because she cannot have gone over to Hydra. No.
Hydra.
No. No. I do not approve. She's undercover looking for a cure for fits. Right?
But what if she's looking for something for someone else who's not Fitz? Or if it's just a general undercover mission?
Well, that would be okay too. But she can't have gone over to Hydra. That is my belief on the matter. What else would you like to say about S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Hydra Simmons!
What's the episode we're going to watch called?
Making friends and influencing people.
Which I think is hysterical. So we'll watch that one tonight as well. The Hubs and I are watching Person of Interest. We have watched episode 4.2, Nautilus. And I really, really love the old subway station that Harold is revamping for a new home base for them. It's really cool. It's like it was like a station where they like could do a repair on a thing or whatever, but when they did some upkeep on the city, it got blocked off, so it's just kind of been sitting there empty. So they're making it their new home base, and it's so cool. And I knew that Harold wouldn't be able to stay away from the numbers. I knew it. So he's kind of back working with them again. So there was a new episode last night. We'll watch it tonight. Episode 4.3, Wingman. All right, you're next.
Watching season 10 of Criminal Minds. It started.
How do you feel about the new girl?
I don't know. I'm not gonna judge her after one episode.
What's her name? Her real name?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt is playing the new agent. I'm not sure how I feel yet. We'll see.
It's only been one episode.
I know. I'm remembering her in other things. So, I hope you cannot hear the construction noise in the background. If you can, we apologize. They're doing some major work across the hall from us. So, anything else you want to say about Criminal Minds?
No.
Alright, and then we watched Bones season 10 as it airs, and it was Sweet's funeral. You put the lime in the coconut, drink it all up.
Are they just gonna sing that whenever someone dies on the show?
Yes. And I saw a thing, I think it was on Facebook or something, about like the top 9 moments for Sweets in the whole series, and one of them was when they started singing it for Nigel Murray's funeral, and Sweets was like, "What? That's my jam." It made me laugh so hard.
Jam.
So I'm so sad he left. He was a really good character, a really good actor.
And then when like early in the show, I don't think we were watching it, everyone thought he was the bad guy. The cannibal guy.
Yeah, I remember
And
that
then
too.
there was, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been reading Wikipedia articles. And it's like, everyone thought he was this bad guy.
Anything else you want to say about Sweets and Bones?
No.
I'm so sad. So, and we're also watching Haven season 5 as it airs. They're dragging this out. I really need them to solve the issue and move on.
Yes, it hasn't been like 24 hours or anything yet. It's just like, this is all taking place in one day.
This is not 24. I mean, come on.
This is nuts.
So I want them to deal with the issue and move on. We're also watching Once Upon a Time season 4. Hello, soap opera.
I left.
This is the Hub's choice. The Hubs wants to watch this, and he watches stuff with me that he doesn't necessarily want to watch. So I'm watching it with him. But hello, soap opera. My theory is the lady in the ice cream shop at the end of the series, at the end of the episode, who was freezing stuff. I think that's going to end up being Elsa and Anna's mom.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's Anna, because it doesn't look like her. Like, her appearance would have majorly changed if that's her. I'm predicting that it's their mother. We'll see if I'm right. We're also watching Downton Abbey Series 5. We're having a little soap opera issue there, too.
Someone send Julian Fellows some help.
But, what's his name? The one I don't like might be leaving. He was looking for another job. On the show, actually. I mean, I don't know in real life what he's doing. But in the show, he was looking for a new job. That would be fabulous. Because I don't like him at all. He could go away. Alright, Damaris, do you want to talk about this marathon that we had for my birthday?
We watched all of the X-Men movies through X-Men First Class. So we
rewatched them. We'd already seen them.
We rewatched them. So we had 2 more to go.
So which ones did we watch?
I just said...
No, but the names.
I didn't want to say all of them.
Well, I want to.
X-Men, X2. It's just called X2.
I know, it's weird.
It.
X2?
X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and X-Men First Class.
That's 5 movies. So what do we have left? We have the Wolverine.
And X-Men Days of Future Past.
And we've not seen either of those 2. So. I don't think so. So maybe we'll watch them this weekend. That'd be fun. So.
I love First Class.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. It's the only one without Patrick Stewart, which makes me sad because I love Patrick Stewart.
But James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, it was really good. We just watched that one last night, so that was really good. All right, and then now we are to the Doctor Who. What was the episode?
Kill the Moon.
Kill the Moon.
I'm just gonna let you talk.
We were kind of sad about this episode. I was not pleased with it at all. Were you pleased?
It was alright.
I don't like the girl from the school who was on in the TARDIS with them. What's her name?
Uh,
I think it begins with a C. Courtney. I don't like her character. I'm sorry if that's mean. I just don't. And I really, really, really hated the Doctor's attitude in this episode. The Doctor's episode in this attitude.
The Doctor's episode in this episode.
Yeah. It really bothered me. I did not get his reasoning for walking away and leaving them with the decision. Because he hasn't done that in the past. So has he like had a total change where he's like, I'm not going to mess with it, or I don't know. Because, I mean, in the Fires of Pompeii, 10 changed history, even though it was a fixed point. So, the redeeming part of the episode was the ending with Clara and Danny. That was fabulous. He's a really good actor. I like him. So, what do you want to say about the episode? The moon was an egg?
You said it all.
The moon was an egg with weird metal spiders on it?
The germs.
Yeah, they were.
They're germs.
They're germs, but they look like metal spiders.
What?
Bacteria.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where should they come from?
I don't know. Alright, so what's the next episode?
Episode 8, Mummy on the Orient Express.
So apparently it looks like Claire's not going to even be in this next episode. Because she walked away from him. I'm sure, I know they're going to have her back in, because her storyline's not done. But I think she will not be in this next episode. Don't quote me on it, but that's just what I think from seeing the like teaser trailer stuff. So it seems like to me it could be a really good episode. I'm hoping. My fingers are crossed. Alright, you want to say anything else about Doctor Who?
No.
Alright, well then we probably should move on to the next segment.
And now it's time to talk about our artistic autumnal cowl.
Yes. You want me to talk about it?
Yes.
Okay. This started on September 1st and runs through the end of November, the 30th of November. And this is for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin. My words are like messed up today. I promise I have not been drinking water and coffee. That's all. Maybe I need more coffee. Any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to autumn, whether by like color, purpose, colorway name, pattern name, etc. If you can't figure out a way, the fallback one is you crafted it in the autumn. But really, please, please, please try to make it a fun connection, because those are fun ones to read. All the rules are in the show notes and also in the Ravelry group. We have 4 prizes now. We had a new one donated, so let me tell you about the prizes. The first prize was donated by Eileen, who is Leaner on Ravelry. She donated an ebook up to $20 US from Ravelry. The second prize was donated by another Eileen, Wisconsin Knitter, and she donated a $5.50 US coupon code for use in my Ravelry pattern shop, Java Pearl shop. And then the new prize is from Liz, who is Ellie Jelly Bean, and she has donated a pattern from Ravelry up to $10 US, so thank you for that new donation. And then we'll also give something, at least one thing out of our bag of prizes. It just depends on how many entries we have. But we have quite a few so far, so I'm really, really pleased with how it's going. So, the hashtag is GGKAAK. So Damaris, why don't you shout out to the people who finished projects this week?
Okay. Abby N, Andy ×2, Angie's Hip, Beagle Mom Knitter ×4, Bunny Fish ×3.
You love her username.
It sounds like bunny fish, and I can just imagine fish with little wriggly noses.
And bunny ears, and they hop through the water instead of swimming? Okay, go ahead.
Ellie Jellybean, Fairy Dust 90 times 2, Ayana times 3, I Knit Socks 2,
Mhm.
Katie Did What, Kitty Kitty J times 5, Lainey 3, Leaner, Ella McCall, May G times 2, Sharona the Mom, and Tulip 102903.
Great job, y'all. So keep working on those autumnal projects and make sure and post them in the FO thread on Ravelry. All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right, now it is time for a review. So the kind people over at Interweave Press sent us a copy of Alexis Winslow's new book, Graphic Knits, 20 Designs in Bold, Beautiful Color. And we're going to be putting pictures up on the screen as we talk because that seems to work really well. And y'all get to see what we're talking about. So this book is available on the Interweave website for $20.28 US. So we just picked out our 5 favorite patterns and thought we would talk about those. So first up on the list, I picked the Bowerbird Wrap. This is a DK weight wrap, and it's got cables and ribbing, and it's reversible, and it looks so super squishy. When I saw that one, I was like, oh, I need that. Yeah, that'll be on my list of 30,000 other things to knit. So I really, really love how squishy it is, and it just looks so cozy warm. It would be really good for Scotland winter. The next one I picked was the Orly Cardigan. This is a 4-ply weight cardigan. It's available in 5 sizes. It's a wrap style cardigan with asymmetrical stripes and 3/4 length sleeves. And I think this would be really good for a cool spring evening. You know, or if you're in a building that has air conditioning that's just a little too chilly, it'd be a nice cover up. But I love the visual interest that she's created using the asymmetrical stripes on it. The next one that I picked was the Minnow top. It is a sport weight sleeveless top in 4 sizes. It's got gorgeous lacy chevron detail and a really cute I-cord tie, and it would be a perfect top for summer. And it's just got really good visual interest with the details that she used. All right, so those were my 3 favorite. You want to talk about your 2 favorite, Mare?
Sure. I picked the Finch Cardigan, which is a bulky weight cardigan in 5 sizes. And it's a cropped cardigan that it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it would fit you nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be good for a cool day.
Yeah. You really like cropped cardigans.
Yeah.
Are you taking after Jess from our LIS?
I don't know.
Because Jess likes cropped cardigans as well. You'll have to put that on your list to make next year a cropped cardigan. Okay, what else?
And the Sweetness pullover, which is a sport weight sweater in 5 sizes. And it's a top-down sweater with little different colored circles across the yoke.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really cute.
You could make it for like Valentine's Day and use Valentine's Day colors. That'd be fun since it's called the Sweetness pullover. So, okay, so those were our 5 favorite patterns out of this book, but there are 15 more that we didn't talk about. I'm trying to remember. There's other sweaters, there's some accessories. I can't remember everything that was in there. But there is quite a bit of stuff, and it looks like it has something for everyone in it. So again, this was Graphic Knits, 20 Designs in Bold, Beautiful Color by Alexis Winslow, available on the Interweave website for $20.28 US. We'll put a link to everything in the show notes so that you can find it. And again, thank you to Interweave for sending this book over our way to review. All right, I think we're ready for the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, part of our show where you ask us a question and we answer it.
So Damaris, what is this week's question?
This week's question comes from Katie Kitty J, who's Katie from the UK. She asks, what do you find are the biggest differences between food here and in the USA? I've read American recipes and seen ingredients I've never heard of and items with different names. Also, we get the impression in the UK media that more processed and instant ingredients are used in America. Is that true or exaggerated? for a good story. Is there anything you particularly miss? My question is inspired by shopping online at Tesco last week and noticing that they now have a big USA section in World Foods.
All right. I would say, this is all from my own personal experiences. I am not a scientist. I am not a food person. I don't have any of that background. So this is all personal experience. I would say that there are more processed foods in the U.S.
Yes.
While there's processed foods here in the UK as well, but I think overall the U.S. has probably quite a bit more. I know there are ingredients for recipes that I had made previously in the U.S. that I tried to make here and couldn't find the exact ingredients.
Like cream of chicken soup.
No, cream of chicken soup we found. The cheddar cheese soup we didn't find.
Cheddar cheese soup.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's difficult to find. Well, my experience has been it's been difficult to try to find creamed soups here in the UK that are gluten-free. They're available as a normal thing, but it's been harder to find gluten-free stuff. So we have adapted some recipes. We've had to make a decision not to make certain recipes because we couldn't find the things. What has been hard to find here? Pumpkin, pretty much pumpkin anything. We did find some cans of pumpkin last year, but it was at a specialty store. But I know right now in the States, there's pumpkin Pop-Tarts, there's pumpkin, I know I've seen other things, pumpkin cider, pumpkin creamer, coffee creamer, lots of different pumpkin things, and we don't see those over here. Or haven't. The only thing we have found, of course, is the pumpkin spice from Starbucks. So I really miss pumpkin things. And mellow cream pumpkins.
In case you can't tell, she likes pumpkins.
I adore pumpkin. You remember the white chocolate candy corn M&Ms from the States?
I don't like those.
I love those.
Mostly they're sweet things.
Yeah, quite a bit of sweet things we don't find over here. We did find, randomly the other day, Gobstoppers and Nerds.
But they're not theater box size.
No, and they do cost quite a bit more. So they have to be at a very, very occasional special treat, not a everyday thing. Well, not even an every week or an every month thing. And some things do have different names. It's like, a lot of times I'll be looking for something specific and can't find it and have to do like a Google search to figure out what else it's named. Like,
Sour cream.
Sour cream is sour cream. But, raisins are called sultanas over here. What else? I know there's been things and now I just can't think of them. I don't know. I can't think. But there are things that have different names that we just have to figure out. Or we'll go someplace and be served something and go, oh, that is da-da-da. But it's just called something different. So we do face that. It's getting easier. We've figured out most of our favorites that are available over here and what they're called if it's something different from the U.S. So, did we answer the question? I think so. What do you miss from the U.S. food-wise?
Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, yeah, those are good. I think they have them here.
All the sugar is in the bottom of the container, and then you just eat it, and it's really sour.
I think they do have them over here, but it's another one of those that it's more expensive to get them.
Yeah, you gotta get the full-size box to have the full experience. You gotta sort them into their colors. Like with M&Ms.
Yes, you also sort M&Ms into colors.
Yes.
Yes, it's important.
That's how they're supposed to be done.
Yes. Trying to think of, I miss Hatch green chilies and green enchilada sauce.
Yeah, we have to get a red one. And it's it's Old El Paso brand.
Yeah, which is what we get in the States, but they don't
But-
have the green one over here.
And it's strange.
I know.
It's like, yeah, it looks a little weird, but it tastes like enchiladas.
Yeah. So, yes. So, yes, there are differences. Yes, there are things we miss.
Enchiladas.
But I'm making you enchiladas for your birthday.
But they're not green.
They're not going to be green. They're going to be red sauce. So, okay. So, I think that answers the question. Yes? So, what should they do if they want to ask us a question?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
And we'll answer it. We'll answer pretty much anything. We're getting low on questions again. So please go ask a question. It can really, really, really be about anything. It can be knitting related, spinning related, podcasting related, Scotland related, US related, homeschooling related, health related, Doctor Who related,
Okay.
anything related. We'll answer pretty much everything. I don't think we've turned down a question yet. We did have one question that was pretty identical to one we had answered previously, so I just pointed the asker back to that episode. She had just missed it. But I think that's the only one we haven't answered. Or, I mean, we've got a few more still to answer, but yeah. So, ask us a question. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now we've reached the end of the show. We told you we had a lot to talk about. So we have a lot of announcements. So get out your notepad if you want to take notes, because you don't want to miss any of this. So, still ongoing is our Head to Toe giveaway. We reviewed this book last week on the podcast. No, we didn't review this book. We had Claire and Jess on the episode last week talking about this book. That's what it was. So, and they have donated one copy of the book, which also includes a digital download of it that we'll send out, plus 3 individual patterns that will be sent, one to each person, each winner, to your Ravelry library. And we're keeping that giveaway open for 1 more week. So when we record the episode next week, we'll close the thread. So if you have not entered, go do it. There's a couple of questions you have to answer, but these are the mitts that I just finished. The Adina mitts. And there's 4 other patterns in here that are fabulous. So you definitely want to get your hands. This is one of my favorite pictures in the book, because Jess is being silly. And I love that she talks about the different colorways. It's a fabulous book. You need it. You should get your hands on it. Just a reminder that our birthday month sale is ongoing. I'm putting the details on the screen right now. There's 2 different coupon codes you can use. You can either buy 2 patterns, get 1 free, or you can get 30% off any pattern. And you can use the codes multiple times. You just can't use both codes in the same order. Does that make sense? So you couldn't put in the code for the buy 2 get 1 free and also get 30% off at the same time.
Yes.
But you can do a buy 2 get 1 free and then do a 30% off order. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, PM me or post on Ravelry and I'll help you. But it's still active all the way through the end of the month. Thank you to everyone who's bought my brand new pattern Round Round Get Around shawl. It's been amazing. It got up pretty high on the Hot Right Now list, and I was thrilled, and I hope y'all love it and are enjoying knitting it. If you haven't bought it, get your hands on it now while it's on sale. This week on Friday, is today the 8th?
Yes.
So this Friday, October the 10th, at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the Doctor Who Companions Sock Club 2nd edition goes on sale. This is big. It goes on sale at 10 a.m. on Friday, and the sign-ups will run either until October the 17th or until the memberships sell out. I know that Julia is doing a limited number of memberships, but I don't know what that number is. So if you want in and you want to make sure you get in, you need to set your alarm for 10 a.m. Eastern on Friday and get in there and purchase it. The prices are US $135, Canada $149, international $162. And the only reason for the differences is because of shipping. Because shipping is included in that, and you will get 3 skeins of yarn, 3 sock patterns, and 1 big goodie. And those will ship out November, December, January. So get in while you can. Next announcement, Toil and Trouble Yarns, who is Anna, is hosting a fiber retreat in May 2015 in New Hampshire. I'm one of the sponsors for the retreat. If you're able to sign up and go to that, that's amazing. Details are in the show notes. I wish I could come, but it's too far. So if you're interested in a fiber retreat, definitely check that out. Another reminder that our Outlander Cal that I'm co-hosting with Jasmine and Gigi from the Gilmore Girls, Maria from Subway Knits, and Kristen from Yarngasm Podcast is ongoing. We're not going to do a separate segment for it since the show isn't currently in hiatus, but it is still going on. The thread is still open. You can still post on Instagram with your hashtags, Countdown to Outlander, hashtag KiltMeNowCal, and we have several prizes that we'll give away at the end of season 1 here on our podcast, but I know the other podcasters, some are giving away some prizes right now at mid-season, and we'll also have prizes at the end of season 1. So that's ongoing, so keep working on your projects. And Julia from Handy as Jules, and I are going to have a kit for an Outlander-inspired sock pattern with her Outlander-inspired colorway that no one has seen yet, not even me. I'm waiting for it to come. And I think she's also working on some goodies. So keep your ears open for that because that will be coming out probably sometime in early 2015. What else? We are Amazon affiliates. Thank you to those of you who have clicked through our website to get to Amazon. Amazon gives us a little bit of money back when you click through our website to shop on Amazon. Any of our TV and book and movie items in our show notes are Amazon links, as well as there are things in the sidebar where you can click. And we don't know who has ordered what. We just see this got ordered and we're getting this much for it. And it's not costing you any extra. It is just Amazon giving us a little bit because we had the ad on our site. So if you're shopping on Amazon, please click through our site. The money that we make from Amazon goes for shipping prizes, purchasing badges for podcaster meetups, etc., etc. So thank you to those of you who are supporting the podcast that way. I think that is all the announcements. That was a lot. So why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yes. So with that, I think we're going to go until next week. We hope y'all have a great rest of your week, and happy knitting, and we'll see you next week. Bye!